junior from Tempe, Arizona, number 3, Joy Burke.
I wanted to just show people that I'm a basketball player, not just a tall girl who happens to play basketball. Well, I was born in Taiwan, and I lived there for 12 years. I was one of those like girly girls as a little kid, and I wanted to be a princess.
But soon she'd turn in that ball gown for a basketball.
We came to Tempe, Arizona. The first day of school, the principal handed me like the basketball jersey and said, "Hey, you're on the basketball team. You have a game today, by the way."
Despite what she said was a bad first game, she stuck with it.
7th or 8th grade, when I was just starting to play, I somehow got dragged into like an ASU basketball camp.
We heard that a few tall, younger players were going to come to camp. So we were excited, and she came, and at first it just really didn't seem like she had been exposed to the game very much.
She spent the next 4 years running, shooting, and learning, ultimately becoming one of the most sought-after players in the state.
We started recruiting her probably her junior year in high school.
I always had ASU in the back of my mind, but I kind of wanted to just almost put it off for a little bit.
Honestly, until probably the very end, we didn't know what she was going to do.
But a strong connection with the coaches.
We got it. Let's start right here.
An undeniable bond with the team.
Together.
And the closeness of her family made the decision easy.
I remember wearing the ASU jersey the first time, and it felt official, like I was an ASU basketball player.
But playing for the first time wasn't as easy.
My senior year, I ended up like tearing my meniscus. So I was coming to ASU. I started off just like a little behind. It was hard, and I put in a lot of extra time, and it definitely paid off. By the end of the season, I started the last 2 games or so, and I was like, yeah.
She's definitely a bounce back type of person. She sees, the glass half full. She's always looking at the positive.
And she would need that positive attitude because the injuries didn't stop there.
My freshman year, it was my knee, and my sophomore year was my shoulder, and my junior year, it was my head with all the concussions. So you know how it has the little children's song like head and shoulder, knees and toes, knees and toes. I was just thinking like, that is my song.
Despite a difficult few years, Burke keeps smiling and has learned more about herself as a person.
Basketball has just completely shaped who I am. It's not my complete identity, but it is a big part of my life.
And the other part consists of school, friends,
and that's my mom and my dad, my younger brother,
and family.
She has the self-discipline to be a great student, and she has been very consistent in that area.
I take it very seriously. I'm in the honors college, and the reason I'm playing basketball is for the education. I am a business marketing major. I graduate in May.
A career she's thought about most of her life.
I decided I was going to start my own business on the playground, and I was going to take all the snacks that my mom bought at home and all the different things that I didn't want anymore, bring it all to school. I was selling them like, you can have this teddy bear, you can have this Barbie doll, just making a business. And then it got shut down by the recess supervisors.
Tall, slim, model looking.
I actually met my roommate my freshman year.
She was sitting outside Hacienda, the dorm I was living in, and I was walking outside and I saw her, and I just had to go over and introduce myself and say hi.
And from distance she's like, "Oh my goodness, you look just like Michelle Wheat," like yelling it in front of everybody. And I'm like, who is this crazy person? Do I know her?
When you have many similarities with a person, you easily connect with that person.
We have a ton of Lucky Charms, but we really don't like Lucky Charms.
A connection that's grown over the past 3 years of living together.
We become like the same person. It's kind of scary.
Both fashionable, adventurous, and yes, competitive.
We have had one fight, and that was over a game of pick-up sticks.
The reason we fought is because she thinks I cheated when all along I was blowing her out. I was winning. I was so much better than her.
And started picking up the sticks with her fingers, and it kind of ended bad.
And I want everybody who sees this video to know that I won, fair and square. And if we ever have a fight, we're taking it outside the apartment for 5 minutes, and everything's fair game.
Even though they may never agree on what happened that night, they do agree that their friendship is more important.
She's influenced me in certain ways, and I've influenced her in certain ways. And
You don't meet too many people in the world that it's like you really just have that connection and you understand each other.
But the most important is her father, Steve, her mother, Ming Hoi, and her younger brother, TJ.
Very loving and supportive, and I know that one of the reasons why she chose to stay here was so that her family could be here, and then they ended up moving.
When I first found out my parents had the opportunity to move to Hawaii and they were hesitant on it, I was like, go to Hawaii so I can visit you.
She had to have a big adjustment. Now she's on her own. At the same time, that was such a big growth place for her.
Honestly, having them move was something I'm so thankful for, because not only did it make my relationship with my parents so much stronger, I became a stronger person.
A person who goes beyond what's expected.
She's able to not only balance things, but also put her energies to do well in several things.
And she's really good at that. She's good at getting involved with community.
Joy will help someone on the street corner, okay? She's gotten herself into some situations probably that she shouldn't because of her giving spirit.
When it comes to Joy, she's just an amazing girl.
Honestly, it's so hard to describe because she's been through a lot, and I've seen so many changes. And I guess if I had to pick one word, I would just say growth.
In college, I've completely changed. From the time I stepped on campus as a freshman to even where I am right now, and I see myself continuing to change and grow.
But Joy still seems to be that same little girl who wanted to be a princess just a short time ago. Only a little taller, much wiser, and with a few more bruises. And a bright future to look forward to.
I think it's about, what you enjoy doing, and as long as you're passionate about it, you can go so far.
Joy Burke, shooting 2.
In Tempe, Kim Pestalozzi, Cronkite Sports.